It's showtime.
Fire and water, earth and sky. Mysteries surround us, legends never die. They're near for the moment, lost in time. I can hear them call, they're locked within the crystal ball.
Hey everybody, it's the Deer-Rock 100 and welcome back to more of Pokemon HeartGold. Last time, we did a little bit more exploring around the location of what we can. We went pretty much towards the Safari Zone, routes 47, 48, and we reached the gate. And dang, I had a lot of mouthfuls of bios. Holy hell. But I can practically say that I'm in the clear for a good time limit. This time, we're here at Olivine City, and we've waited long enough. I think it's about time we finally take on the fight with a you-know-who. No, not Voldemort. Okay, so we've waited long enough. She's been waiting for a while. Let's do this. I knew you'd come here. Thank you for helping the gym leader, but battle is a separate matter. Go for it. I know how capable you are from the lighthouse. It's time you show that side of yourself to Jasmine. Good luck. Thank you for your help at the lighthouse, but this is different. Please allow me to introduce myself. I am Jasmine, a gym leader. I use the Clay Steel type. Do you know about the Steel type? They're very hard, cold, sharp, and really strong. I'm not lying. Sad point is, she's not! Steel types is one of my all-time favorite types ever. And she pretty much just uses them to her fullest. Her first Pokemon, she actually has two Magnemites. Both of them are level 30, electric Steel type, Magnet Pull for the ability, which prevents Steel type Pokemon from fleeing. Thunder Wave, Supersonic, Thunderbolt, and Sonic Boom. These things have a quad weakness to it, so I think even something like this could be able to take it out. Yep. Even a very weak magnitude like this is perfect. And now this is when things are gonna get rather serious. This is her strongest Pokemon, Steelix, level 35, Steel Ground type, sturdy for the ability, holding the Citrus Berry, with Screech, Sandstorm, Iron Tail, and Rock Throw. Unfortunately, my physical attacks moves are gonna do next to nothing, so I'm mostly just gonna be relying mostly on using, what am I thinking of? Especially offensive moves. And even though that Chomper technically is not really good when it comes into using such moves, see how it goes. Now, I knew that was going to happen because I wanted to get that Citrus Berry out of the way. And I know that she does have some healing moves. And, Iron Tail. That Iron Tail hurts. I think it has a chance of maybe lowering the defensive stats or something. But I'm not 100% sure, but I think I'm pretty much good to go for the duration of this fight. Uh-oh. But then again, I resist that. The Sandstorm rages on. Okay. I think she's now going to use a Hyper Potion. Nope, she is not. I guess I'm barely out of it. I'm barely out of it, which is good. This is good. This is good. This is good. Yeah, this is great. Alright. We already know what our last Pokemon is. I think we're good to go. Crunch! That is a great move. I'll get rid of Headbutt because I technically don't really need it anymore. And I might give the Silk Scarf back to Eevee because even though that has yet to evolve, it's definitely going to hold on to it for a little bit longer. So, of course, last Pokemon Magnemites. If you need a reminder for what the moves are, I will gladly tell you either way. Level 30, Electric Steel type, Magnet Pull for the ability. Thunder Wave, Supersonic, Thunderbolt, Sonic Boom. Probably Tempered Steel won't be made rusty, but things like this. Jasmine? I'm using ground, water, and ice type moves on your team. I think having it becoming rusty might be one of the last things you need to worry about. We got 4,200 on the nose. You evolved sooner than I thought! You're looking good! It's got a lot of agility. That boosted power speed. And let's see what we got. Up special attack, lower speed. You know what? I will go ahead and get rid of Leer because Crunch is also a good move that lowers defense, and Feraligatr is kind of on the slow side. So I will go ahead and give it agility so I can at least give it some more speed. You're a better trainer than me in both skill and kindness. In accordance with Legend League rules, I want to call it Legend rules. Yeesh, I confer upon you this badge. The Mineral Badge. With that badge, all Pokemon, including traded Pokemon to level 70, will obey you without question. P6 is 2. This is Team 23. I believe this is Iron Tail. Yep. Your Pokemon will hit the target occasionally lowering the target's defense. And hey, I was right from before! I'm actually kind of shocked about that one. Holy hell. Yeah, we kind of saw that one coming. And since I'm in a really good mood, I will gladly say it for what is it that you got from me at the shop. Now, what's kind of interesting is that... what am I trying to think? Alright. Cazaberries. Cazaberries? Oh yeah, I have another one! Hyper Potion! Okay! No other further packages for me. What the heck are Cazaberries? Oh, they're moves that weaken super effective ghost type moves. Well, okay then. I do like a couple of these berries because, you know what? I think maybe having one of them on standby might actually be a very good idea. Especially, we're up to the point of the point where we're going to be seeing some pretty dangerous moves that we're going to be seeing, well, later. So now that we got that taken care of and it's out of the way, I think it's about time we head off towards the Ecutech City and head east. Because now we can finally get on into the next location that we have yet to explore. But first, heal. Even though I probably should have went and healed at the Pokemon Center back in Olivine City, but hey, I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. I have to say, one of the locations that we are going to, I'm actually a little bit antsy about because where we're heading for is actually one of my personal favorite locations in the game. Oh. Actually. You got TM65 Shadow Claw. This is basically what I like to call it the ghost version of Slash that ups the, well, increases the chance of critical hits on, well, upon contact. But like I said, this is kind of like a ghost version of Slash. I really need to try to think of some good words to have to say on this one. I'm gonna go ahead and put Noctowl back into the part, into the PC because we technically don't really need it at the very moment. Since the next location we're gonna be going to is actually not that far off. And I'm going to be bringing out my HM user because, well, obvious reasons. Because this is actually something that does kind of slip my mind a little bit. Okay. And, oh, right, one more thing. Oh, you're still holding the Everstone. This really doesn't help me out in the slightest here because I really don't want this thing to evolve into happiness because I've done that so many times. And even though that I've excluded the Everstone so much, this is pretty much it's a way of saying you are deeming worthy. Huh? Hey! Oh boy, sorry that I bumped into you. Did I hurt you? Please don't cry. Here, take this. There's our HMO4 Strength. It's a move called Strength. When a Pokemon learns it, it can move boulders out of your way. Enjoy a happy mountain climbing life. Well, that was just convenient. Now, no, I don't want to call anyone. Although I am technically waiting on a call on somebody. Aside from my mother. But there is someone that I'm waiting for a call from, but they have not called yet. I don't know what's taking them so freaking damn long. So anyway, out here on Route 42, we have a couple Pokemon that we can potentially find. But before we talk about any of those 3 Pokemon, check it out! Suicune, how brave it is, how refreshing it is, how beautiful it is, how quickly it moves. Derek, you seem to be around here as Suicune wouldn't appear. Well, that's okay. My desire to search for Suicune is far beyond yours. My grandpa was quite into myths. I've heard so many stories about Suicune from him. Suicune, I won't stop following you until I find out what you're after. You hear me? Freak. Anyway, now that I'm done being interrupted by that knucklehead, we have 3 new Pokemon that we can find, and there is a patch of grass somewhere around 42, which is kind of don't really know where it is, but we'll be able to find it nonetheless. One of those Pokemon is Mankey. Mankey is a very nice physically offensive fighting type. Once it evolves into Primate later on, it becomes one of, if not the fastest fighting type in the game. And it's actually not a bad idea to have such a thing ready to go, because we're going to run up against some pretty fragile Pokemon that are bad against fighting types. So this is a very good Pokemon, and it's definitely one of the fastest ones that I would recommend. Next up, we have Flappy. Flappy is the evolution of Mareep. This thing is basically a more powerful Mareep. It does have static for the ability. And if I'm going to be straight up honest with you guys, if you have not gotten an electric type already, now might be a good time for you to get one. One big thing to really watch out for is, like Mareep, it's slow, and I always think of them as a kind of a hard to raise Pokemon because of how slow it is. But if you can get by all of that, this is actually not a bad electric type Pokemon to use. Now, only through surfing, we can find Seaking. Seaking, the evolution of Goldeen, and it's basically the more powerful physically offensive water type. Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of Seaking, nor is its evolution of Goldeen, since they're found so often through fishing and through surfing. But it's not that bad. One of the biggest gripes that I've had with it in the past is that before the 4th generation, I really can't say a lot of good things about Seaking because they're so common and they're good physical offensive Pokemon. I'll give them that, but everything else about them, yeah, I can't really say a lot of good things about it. Alright. Let's see here. I guess there's a patch of grass. I guess we might as well go ahead and explore a little bit more of a brand new location for us. Ladies and Methogens, I present to you Mount Mortar. Apparently they named a bomb out of a cave or a mountain or something like that. I don't know what they're going through their minds. We have this right here, but we can't do anything with that yet. But that will very likely change soon, and I think that's connected to it somehow. There's really not much of what we can explore from here on Mount Mortar, but that doesn't mean that this place is not a bad idea to do some exploring around / dungeon crawling. And Harrison, you are freaking. And why is this thing level 17? We have the mineral badge. guess when I'm going through this battle, I have 2 new Pokemon that we can now find in this particular cave. And they're kind of spread around the place a little bit. One of them being Meryl. Meryl is a pure water type, and this thing is actually not a bad water type. If you want one, I highly recommend one with huge power for its ability, which doubles its physical attack stat to when it's on the battlefield. So once it becomes an Azumarill later on, it's actually not a bad Pokemon that I recommend. One thing to really watch out for is that that's kind of all that is really going for, and since it evolves so early, and it's really not that worth your time of catching this thing. Next up, we have Machoke. Machoke is the evolution of Machop. This thing is, holy crap! I have plenty of things to talk about with this big guy. If I'm gonna be straight up honest with you guys, this is a Pokemon that I feel like got a pretty sizable downgrade. Of course, in order to evolve it, you have to trade it with someone, but once you get hit that Machamp, it's a damn good hard-hitting Pokemon. If you're looking for any good hard-hitting Pokemon, I highly recommend this Pokemon big time. Like I said, you need to trade it with someone in order to get said Pokemon. Now, there's not much from what we can explore around Mount Mortar because there's so many locations over there that is technically not accessible to us. But since we do have strength, I want to see something real quick. Is that not gonna help? Oh, yeah. I did want to do that. Shoot. Okay, you know what? Yes. I think I saw this correctly, and there is one of... No, I don't want to give it to G-Rock. You should not ask me a double question after that one, because you know what my answer is going to be. When I pretty much say cancel, I mean don't take it to that freaking Pokemon. Thank you. Counter, you have been nothing more but... I hope that was the right move, because if it's not... Okay, thank God. We do have a little bit of some exploring around here that we can do, since we can use strength now. And I think my repel is about to wear off shortly. Yep. Unfortunately, since we have this one boulder that we have right here, we can go ahead and move it off to the side. Alright, here we go. I think this is the only one of the 2 locations where we can potentially move it aside. The max repel! Nice! An additional 50 steps is great. Let's see here. Even a max potion here that fully restores a Pokemon into HP, which is great. Is there anything over here? Yeah, I know that there's this item right here, and there's more rock climbing locations that we can't access as of right now. By the time we do so, it won't be for quite some time. But we still have plenty more of this place for us to explore around. And I'm willing to bet that item up there is a place that we can't access quite yet. And by the looks of it, we have that lone person right up there. And he's just standing there waiting for something. What do you say we get the drop on him? What do you have to say? Hey, Hey, Hugh? Did you just call me Hugh? Marcus. You have a Slowpoke. Again! Why are your Pokemon so low level? I can't even get past this point without the use of strength. What the hell? But I guess I will give him a pass on this one, because I think this guy does have some kind of a special needs or something. Well, I'm not saying that he's... You know what, never mind. At least I got the Slowpoke paralyzed, which is great. And a pointless critical hit. Whoop-de-doo. Alright. I mistook it for someone else. Duh. Can't just run Mortar, but I got separate from my partner. Did you run into a trainer that uses Cedra? This Cedra is really good at using waterfall. Oh. Well, no, we have not. But we have this escape rope right here that's going to come to some good use. And of course, we have some items from around here that we can't access yet. Which is a bother. Look at that. We got that. And we found another nugget! Alright! So I think now is pretty much a good point for us to get out of here, because I believe this is pretty much all the what we can explore as of right now. Now, we technically go back to the ruins of Alpha, to that one location where there's that one strength puzzle that was at. But I think we're actually going to save that for something a little bit later. What's the other side of Mount Mortar like? Do you know? If you can beat me, I'll let you know. Dude. It kind of depends on what you mean by other side, because a mountain technically has 2 to 4 sides, depending on where you're at, and you have a level 15 Diglett. How? How is that thing not in the 20s? It probably could have become a Doug Trail right about now. There's one thing that I would never understand is hikers. With their interesting tales. And having low-level Pokemon that's like this. Why? Just why? I'm literally going here through these guys like wet paper. Literally. Because Nessie's a water-type Pokemon and he's using water-type. Okay! Maybe I should learn to keep my mouth shut a little bit more often. I am so sorry for your disrespects. But yeah, I really should just keep my mouth shut in certain situations like this. Perish Song. Ooh. That is a move that will KO the Pokemon at the end of the 3rd turn. If they're still on the battlefield, I am going to say hello. Yes, you lost. Alright. I'll save that trainer for later on because I don't think he has anything of that importance. Who are you? Have you seen this guy with a black cape? He has been going back and forth between here and the Lake of Rage, saying strange radio waves are being transmitted. Who is he, I wonder? Maybe we'll find out more in a little bit. Since now we're here at Mahogany Town. Yes, that's what it's called, Mahogany Town. Mahogany. We could do a little bit of some exploring around. And I think we're going to do just that. Pokemon do become stronger when they evolve, but they also learn moves more slowly. Tell my Pokemon from evolving too early. I make them learn certain moves before I let them evolve. Everstone! Okay. Okay, Repulsor wore off. Come inside of this house real quick. I think this place has something that's pretty... I heard that a red Gyarados appeared at the Lake of Rage. That's why it says every ordinary Gyarados are rare in that lake. My top radio show? I say Pokemon music. Okay. Hiya, kid. I see you're new to Mahogany Town. Since you're new, you should try Yummy Rage Candy Bar. Right now, it can be yours for just 300. Sure. This Rage Candy Bar is a key item. I remember a person from as far away as Kanto came to buy one a long time ago. I happened to have none in stock then. That person left rather upset. I felt kind of sorry for that. Are you off to see the Gyarados rampage at the lake? Just a souvenir shop. The experiment worked like a charm. Magikarp are just worthless, but Gyarados are big moneymakers. Huh? You heard mine wind blowing into this room? That is just me whistling. Enough of that. Why don't you buy something? What do you got? Dude, you are a ripoff on us. I will kick you in the shin. Good day, sir. Well, anyway, now that we have figured out more about what is happening as of right now, I think we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna end things off from right here. Next time on Pokemon Heart Gold, we're gonna be heading up north from Mahogany Town and make our way towards the Lake of Rage to see what the freak is happening up there. See you guys then.